Hey, this is Suzanne Mosley with Usborne Books and More. You can find me online at suzannesharesusborne.com. Today, I want to tell you about this little beauty. It's the Usborne Very First Reading Set. Give the gift of reading. There's nothing better that we can do as parents than to give our children the gift of reading and a love of reading. So I'm very, very excited about this boxed set. My youngest is in kindergarten this year, and we are using this with him, and he loves it. So I wanted to make a quick video to show you some of its features because I think your kiddo would love it too. So the Usborne Very First Reading Set, it's a box set. There are 15 titles, and it also comes with this little gem, the Parent's Guide to the Usborne Very First Reading Set. I don't know about you, but one of the most daunting things that I have delved into as a parent is helping my children learn to read. And I'm not an educator by trade or training, so I really didn't know what I was doing. Thankfully, I kind of stumbled upon some different things and wanted to work with our children with more of a phonics-based approach to learning to read. And so we've done that with all three of our boys. And with our youngest, who is in kindergarten this year, we're continuing that. And with the older two, I didn't have this box set, but I'm so glad to have that with him because it's giving me confidence as a parent to help him actually learn and practice reading. So if you're like me and you're a little intimidated with teaching your children to read, this set is very helpful. The Parent's Guide kind of goes over, there's a little about section about the series. It explains about phonics and kind of the foundation as to why they use this approach in the very first reading set. There's some great Q&A pages about that. And then there's even some online help at veryfirstreading.com. For you to find more information. So all that comes with this set. So it's not just a box set. You have online access as well to help you with that. And then it explains, I love this, it explains the irregular words that are used in the different books. And it also tells you which letters and phonograms that are used in each of the 15 books. So this Parent's Guide is really, really helpful. And then the other thing that really sold me on this series is that the first 7 books, you actually read them with your child. So you know how anxious and eager children are to read a book by themselves, but honestly, it doesn't always happen as quickly as they would like. But I love this kind of a scaffolding approach to reading. Through these first 7 books, they start off pretty simple, and each level is a little bit harder, so they're graduated. And by the time they get to books 8 through 15, they actually read them by themselves. But the first 7 are designed for you and your child to read together. So one of the things I love about reading, I'm reading with my boys, is that it helps me bond with them. And so it's been so fun for me to sit with our little 6-year-old and read through these books together and to watch his excitement as he reads a book by himself. Now, granted, I'm reading half of it, but to him, he just read a whole book, and it's really, really exciting. So this is the first book. It's called Pirate Pat, and you'll notice, obviously, I read the skinny text over here, and then he reads the text on the right. So I read the little part here, and then he goes tap, tap, tap. And then I read here, sit, Sam, sit. So these are just some beginning words, short vowel words that are easy and accessible to him that he was able to read. And we go through the whole story, and he was so excited to actually read it. The other thing I love about the books is that they have puzzles at the end. So they're also emphasizing reading comprehension. So he had to put these, he had to look at the picture and retell me the story, which is a wonderful skill for emphasizing and reinforcing reading comprehension. So there's puzzles at the end of the book, and then there's also the answers if you need a little help. And then just some explanation about which phonograms, which letters are used in the book. So that's how each book in the very first reading set is set up. And again, this is the first one. So the first 7 books have them set up so that you read the left side and they read the right side of the book. And then when we get to book 8, again, they're graduated. So by the time they get to book 8, they're reading the whole book by themselves. And you'll see it's not very complicated still, but just the confidence that your child will have after they read this is remarkable. And again, these also have puzzles at the end of the book to just emphasize reading comprehension. So this is book 8, Moon Zoom. So then they get to book 15, and you have got a more confident reader. You have a child who's excited about books, which is awesome, because if your child can learn to read and love to learn to read, he or she truly can learn anything. If that's what I've emphasized with my children. I want them to love reading and love learning, because if they love to learn and they love to read, they can do whatever they want. And I'm excited about how this Usborne's Very First Reading set is helping cultivate that in my kindergartner. So I hope that's helpful. The set is $69.99, which is fabulous because you're getting 15 hardback books, so it makes them less than $5 a piece, and they have this great little case. So if you'd like to order Usborne's Very First Reading box set, you can do so on my website, Suzanne shares usborne.com, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks so much for sharing the Usborne Very First Reading set with me today. Have a great afternoon.